Hello, everybody, and welcome to a episode of Tammi and the Preacher. Although the preacher is not here, and he may not actually be here each week. I don't know if he's going to pop in once or twice a month. I'm not sure, but I do have Max in the studio.
And isn't that just better for everybody?
It is totally better for everybody.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not. No, I'm joking.
Damn.
So we are back, and we had a long hiatus due to Max's health issues, but he's good now, so everything's cleared up there, we hope. We think. It's all great. He feels good, I think. I don't know.
We'll see after they scan my cat or my dog, whichever one they decide on.
So, as you guys know, the email address is still the same, dirtytalktp@gmail.com.
I'm sure you all forgot it. Yes.
Yeah. There is a lot of emails that I still have to address, but continue to send us stuff in. And, you know, if you're listening to this for the first time, some of our episodes, there's a large gap because some of them are missing from the format. I can't get them on.
Yes, our damn IT department dropped the ball there.
I did not drop the ball. It's not my fault that they won't upload properly. So it is what it is. So it may show that we only have like 38 episodes and we stopped recording in March. That's not actually accurate. I think we stopped recording in June. So anyway, so we're here in the studio now. I have Max. I will have Max with us every week that the preacher is not here. I don't know how random it's going to be. Hopefully he doesn't just show up on a Friday and say, hey, guess what? Because that would suck. He's going to give me some, heads up.
Well, you got to have everything planned out, 5 months prior to whenever it happens. So.
Well, that's how things are with me. You know
that would throw you off horribly.
No, it totally would. And he's probably going to listen to this and go, oh, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because
yeah, you just screwed yourself there.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah. Well, you and him have a knack for finding out what pisses me off and goes for it. So, so we do have a subject this week. I do believe we're going to talk about how the younger generation doesn't prefer sex in movies.
I just can't wrap my head around that, but we're going to roll with that.
Yeah. So I have been reading on Reddit and various other places, and I've noticed it's kind of coming up that there's this whole huge debate that sex scenes specifically is unnecessary in movies. And I don't know how I feel about that because, yeah, there's some movies, like I've said before, there's some movies that I don't think that they're appropriate in, but like the horror movie, like when the slasher's about to come get you and he's right on the other side of the door, that's my big one right there. But other than that, I don't know. There's this whole debate about, oh, it's artistic expression and this and that.
Well, it is.
Well, it is, but I don't understand why there's this debate about it. And you were talking about an article or something that you were reading about Netflix having a section. Why don't they have a section that you can just search out no sex in movies?
Oh, no, the lady that posted that, she wanted Netflix to have a button where you could just push the button and it would automatically skip through all sex scenes or cussing. And
so basically just filter it out.
Yes. And to me, it's more important to get rid of commercials than it is, parts of movies. But as someone put on the thread, they said, well, there's a fast forward button.
Well, there is. Yeah, absolutely. Here's my thing is, are we going to have to is this going to turn into such a big thing that there's going to be a whole new rating system?
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, hell, the MPAA hasn't done, crap for years, I think. I don't know. Well, that's not true because now they have, the warnings about, there's cigarette use in movies,
Right, cigarette and alcohol use.
Yeah. Wasn't that their big, last contribution?
I think so. But they already have where, it's got sex, violence, and adult content. And you're thinking, ooh, this is going to be a good movie. And it's like, what, a kissing scene? They're going to go bake some cookies like they do on Lifetime movies.
Yes, the old bacon cookies. Mm-hmm.
So I get excited when I'm like, oh, look. And then I'm let down because there's nothing. And a lot of people I've noticed have been really pissy about the Game of Thrones sex scenes. And
Well, that's just old news.
And the prequel, I know, but I think this is where this kind of started. This whole blow up about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. 50 Shades of Grey was in there. And I guess a lot of people from the BDSM community were like, that's not real BDSM. That is like a false thing.
Yeah, didn't they kind of say it was like Lifetime BDSM in that movie or something?
Right.
I mean, I can't intelligently speak on it because I didn't see the movie.
Right.
But,
I've never seen the movie.
Never read the books.
Never read the book either. Never had to want to. Probably because it was too blown up. Everybody was doing it. And if everybody's doing it, I don't want to do it. Oh, is everybody into anal? I'm not doing that this week.
Yeah, right. Stick in my ear. Come on.
Or my armpit, whatever. Just not what everybody else is doing. I don't like trends. But from what I understand, like the BDSM community said that just kind of, I guess that 50 Shades of Grey gave an idea of what BDSM is like to the normal, housewife that doesn't have a clue. And that is totally false because I guess somewhere in there, they have touched on the non-consensual parts of it. And I guess that kind of pissed some people off. So if anybody out there has seen the movie, wants to put some input, dirtytalktp@gmail.com.
Stop that. Just don't. I'm not going to do this podcast if you keep doing that. Just no.
You have to put it out there, man.
I tried. They kicked me out of the family reunion, okay?
Wow. Here we go. You and your wonderful family reunions. But other than all of that, I don't think they should take sex out of movies because I think that's what they're pushing for, is saying that sex is irrelevant in every freaking movie.
To who? I mean, that's my deal, is to who. And these days, it seems like the squeakiest wheel gets the oil,
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't like that. And I'm just going to scream to the high heavens until somebody listens to me. I'm sorry, your opinion really isn't that important.
Right.
And I'm not going to tell you that mine's that important, Like they say, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and usually they stink,
Right.
And this, I don't know, we've been going through a lot of this lately, and it irritates me. And now you're, going to attack movies and things like that. And if you're going to talk about the arts, it's already been done with the books and all that. And like I said, I believe it's character development. You just, sometimes it's necessary. It really is. I don't care if you like it or if you don't, or if it makes you a little squeamish, big deal, And as far as triggering something, well, I'm going to pull that trigger every time. Because, that's a whole nother podcast there. But anyway, character development, sex is used in a variety of different ways, and a person's sexuality is used in a variety of different ways when it comes to investigating and exploring a character's stance, their feelings, the way they see themselves within this world of the book or the movie, whichever you're going to be talking about. And it is a necessary type of a deal because a lot of times sex is used, or a character's sexuality is used to display the sense of freedom that they believe they have, or that they want to project out on the world that they're living in. Same as, everyday life. Imagine that.
Yeah.
So it is, to me, unnecessary, and it does show character development, and it helps you to understand a character, and hopefully draws you more into a story, whether it be in a book or, watching on a screen.
I agree. And I don't think I could have said that any better. I mean, I feel that way. Even though that, like, me personally, like I said, in like horror films, I find it ridiculous that you're in the middle of this scary situation and you're trying to get away from, the big scary guy with the knife, and oh my God, we're stuck in this barn somewhere and we're hiding and let's fuck.
But you in those movies, you got to have the sex and you got to have the drugs, and it's not just to appeal to your audience. And most, people already know this. There's the underlying theme of the killer is going after these people because of these puritanical ideas of that you don't do drugs and you don't have premarital sex.
Right.
So obviously when they do it, they're going to be the ones to die.
Right.
You know?
and that's always been the joke ever since my childhood. Oh no, if you have sex,
Right.
the big bad killer is going to get you. Mm-hmm. But for me as an adult, I'm thinking, okay, no, that is not realistic. I am not going to think that I'm going to fuck to save my life. This is not the last time I'm fucking, okay? This is just not it. It's not the very last time I'm going to have a fucking dick inside me. We are going to run, and we're going to hide, and we're going to get away. This is not the time. So
what was that commercial they had? Was it Geico or something? Where, no, let's not get in the running car. Let's go to the shed with all the chainsaws. Yes, and axes.
Exactly. But even sex in a fucking, horror movie or a slasher film, I can appreciate the art behind it. I can appreciate the thought pattern of the writers behind it. Because even though I don't get it, it makes absolutely no sense to me. Somewhere it makes sense to somebody. And I feel like that it is valid being in there.
Yeah.
And I don't give two shits of who it makes uncomfortable. Don't look.
You're right. And you can apply the same argument to violence, displays of violence in
Right.
movies and books and such. It makes you uncomfortable. It's supposed to. That's what it was designed. That's why it was put in there. It was to make you uncomfortable. There was a reason why you saw blood and guts hanging out of somebody on the beach in Normandy in a World War II movie. There was a reason why.
Yeah.
Because they wanted you to feel and have to experience some of the horribleness of war and all that.
I agree. I think it's stupid. I think people should just leave things alone. If you want a better rating system, maybe that's it. Maybe people want to be better informed on the rating system. Maybe they want that detail to say, oh, there is sexual, like real sexual nature in this. Like we touched hands and then you can make your determination whether you want to watch that movie there. But for them to demand there not be any sex scenes in any movies, and I have read articles on there is a demand for Hollywood to just not make movies with sex in it. Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's ridiculous to me.
And yeah, it's totally ridiculous to me.
If you wanted to have, better information to base your picks on, that's one thing. But if you're just whining and crying to be whining and crying about it, oh, it offends me. I don't give two shits if it offends you. That's the way it is. You can choose not to watch.
This generation that's doing this, it's, from what I understand, it's younger millennials into the, Gen Z, whatever age group that is. I'm going to say, 30, 25 to 35 years old people.
Well, it doesn't matter which one you pick because, there's going to be someone that's going to argue about it.
Right. Either way, these are the people that also are not actually engaging in sex anymore. Like, they're not interested in it anymore. What is that movie?
Debbie Does Dallas.
Yes, that one. I've never seen that, actually. But I think I've said that
I was
before.
told, bits and pieces about it.
Oh, yeah, I bet you were.
Secondhand information. That's all.
No, the movie where they're frozen and they come back and they have sex with that weird halo.
Oh, Demolition Man?
Yes. I'm afraid that's...
The three seashells, that one?
Yes. I'm afraid that's where we're headed into our future, that you don't touch.
Right.
You just have like some weird...
No transfer of bodily fluids at all.
That's what I'm afraid of. Is that's where we're going. And it scares me. I don't think there's sex in that movie other than the illusion of it.
No, I think they kiss, don't they?
Yeah, but that's not sex.
I know, but I'm saying it alluded to the fact that they did it the old-fashioned way, right?
Right, I think it did. I don't think there's actually a true sex. There you go, people. There you go. All the ones that don't. There's your movie right there.
Yeah, but then you got to put up with Wesley Snipes acting, so.
That is true.
And the idea that, Taco Bell is the it restaurant for the future. That's bad enough for people to try and understand that.
Was that movie was done in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's weird. Taco Bell. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So it does beg the question, since we're talking about sex in movies, has there been, and I know there probably has been, because there has been for me, and I don't know if I can name it. Like, I'm about to ask you to name it, but I don't know if I could do the same thing. Is there like a specific sex scene in just a normal fucking movie that actually turned you on?
Oh, yeah. When I was a kid. Yeah, of course, being a guy.
Every sex scene
absolutely.
turned you on.
Yeah.
But as an adult?
As an adult, I can't really, nothing pops into my head right off the bat.
But can you recall that there may have been one that you're like, oh, that's kind of hot, and it had nothing to do with the sex itself. It was just a sex scene that happened in a movie.
No.
Oh,
and that was just because you put me on the spot.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is I don't know if I can. I think that I have been turned on by normal sex scenes before, but I can't really recall the movie. Like, it might have been situational. I might have just been horny no matter what, which I usually am. So could have been just that one moment,
Yeah, it was kind of like that time you jumped me after we watched Lilo and Stitch. That was kind of odd to me, but...
It was the subliminal sex messages that most all Disney and Pixar movies put in there. I just I felt it. Nice. I felt it.
You did.
Oh my gosh! But so I wonder what this little movement's going to do to the porn industry. I mean.
Well, they're not going to, hit at the totally obvious one, like the porn industry,
I still don't know how the porn industry is like surviving, making money with everything being free. So I'm confused on that.
People keep delivering pizza. People still keep, getting stuck in dryers for some reason.
What porn are you watching? Stuck in dryers?
Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When your stepsister goes to get the clothes out of the dryer, and she gets stuck in the dryer for some reason.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Mom's cleaning under your bed and gets stuck,
Fucking porn.
Don't act like you're ignorant to the step family movement.
No, I just, I've grown out of it, so I haven't seen it in a while.
I've moved on to more mature porn now.
Yes, I have.
Would you like some tea and scones, or perhaps a little caulk, maybe?
I said mature porn, not British porn. What the fuck?
I don't know. I kind of equal, British with being mature.
Do you?
Then you look at Benny Hill and you're like, nah, never mind.
Right? Oh my gosh. So I don't know. I don't know about all this movement shit. I don't know what's going to happen. And frankly, I hope they don't take sex scenes out of movies. So that's my take on it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I can't imagine watching a movie without sex in it somewhere. I mean, if it fits, it fits. If it's like really
it's kind of important, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, I can see it if it's like totally random, but I don't know where it would be totally random and not taking away from an artistic concept. So I have no authority on this. I just know that it's this movement, this argument, this debate, all of it is fucking stupid.
Well, I can think of a random sexual moment in a movie. And it was funny because it came up in an article I was reading the other day. It was the end of one of those, I was telling you, one of those horrible shark attack movies.
Oh, yeah.
The movie ended with the lead character. They've survived everything, Okay, we saved the world or whatever, and it's all over with. And then the male character just randomly looks at the female lead and says, "How about I take you home and eat your pussy?" And that was how the movie ended.
I remember you telling me about that.
And I was like, well, that was totally fucking random.
Jeez. That is random. That's a little, well, okay.
Yeah.
I guess he was just thinking fish. Don't want all
Maybe
those
some seafood, huh?
Yeah, just all them sharks just made him want some tuna, I guess. I don't know.
So there's the recommendation, you know. You didn't know we did movie recommendations on here, but we did.
What was the name of that
Shark
movie?
Attack 3.
Shark Attack 3.
I believe it was, yes.
Let me go home and eat your pussy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So there was a thing, and you kind of reminded me of this. It's like everybody was, and you'd mentioned it before at some point, but everybody was kind of going off about sex in Quentin Tarantino movies.
Oh, yes.
That it's, you know, that he's just puts it in there inappropriately.
Well, he pretty much puts things in there, I think, just for his own jollies. Kind of like, you know, everybody talked about how he has a foot fetish and that he really didn't need that scene in From Dusk Till Dawn of him sucking on Salma Hayek's toes, but he put that in there just so he could do it, I think.
Well, of course he did. I mean, if he has a foot fetish, I mean, it's Salma Hayek, for Christ's sake.
Well, yeah. But
you'd suck her feet, too.
My point is that, you know, if she said no, then it doesn't go in the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah, she had to say, yeah, she had to consent.
Yeah. And it's not like it's one of those Weinstein moments.
Yeah.
Or if you say no, then you're not in the movie.
Right. But I think that that's what people were kind of alluding to with some of his movies is that he forces people to do certain inappropriate sexual in nature scenes that they don't want to do. And I can't see
Well, you say forces, and that's the point that I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he might force his, you know, underlying sexual ideas on his audience, but I don't think he does it on his, you know, the actors. I really don't.
Right.
Because I can't see them, especially these days, maybe. I don't know. Has there even been a current Quentin Tarantino movie that would apply to any of this? Or we're talking about old shit? Because that's something, I don't follow his movies, so I don't know.
Right.
I don't think I've watched everything he's ever done.
No, I haven't either.
But that was one of the big ones, was Quentin Tarantino movies need to die. And it's like, this dude is weird anyway, okay?
Well, yeah, but I mean, he you know, fulfilled a niche there that people obviously enjoyed, or he wouldn't have gotten popular.
Exactly.
His movies wouldn't have gotten popular.
Well,
and usually with a Tarantino movie, come on, you can't say that you're not going into it with some idea of what the hell you're going to get.
Right. Well, and the reason why I even brought it up is because I think you've watched more Tarantino movies than I have. Is there always an underlined uncomfortable sexual situation?
Oh yeah, that one with Kurt Russell in The Hateful Eight, that was very uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. I think I was drunk when I watched The Hateful Eight. That is not a Tarantino movie.
No, that was a Tarantino movie, but there was no sex in
it. Okay, I don't really remember any sex scenes in that movie, but I've only watched that movie one time, and I was pretty blitzed when I watched it. So,
right,
which happens a lot, folks. Well, it used to anyway. Used to get drunk, watch movies, and not remember I even watched them. Poor Max here thinks he's going to play a movie that I've never seen, and then I'm like, oh shit, I've seen it.
And that's happened to me now too, because you know we've gone back and watched movies that we both can definitely say that, yeah, we've seen this movie.
Yeah, but
we were drunk, and it's like a whole new movie. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that was going on. Look at that sex scene. When was that in there? When did Iron Man pull out his dick? I mean, I'm not sure when that happened.
Yep.
Oh, and that's something else. And I've watched a lot of Marvel movies with you. And they've all run together at this point for me. I can't separate any of them, and you know that. It's like, oh, okay. But I don't recall any uncomfortable or sexual innuendos in any Marvel movie that I would say would be sexual in nature. But a lot of people were calling out Marvel movies, saying that it's ridiculous because it's meant for kids. The only one I can think of is Deadpool. That's it.
All right.
And Deadpool's kind of like sits on its own little island somewhere.
You're right. Yeah.
But the others I can't.
There was something I read just the other day about there was a scene, and it's totally useless for me to say that because I can't think of the scene, but where there was like a knowing look kind of given between the two actors on what was easily viewed as, a sexual joke, but the joke wasn't made. But there was almost like some eye contact between the actor and the two actors or actresses, whoever it was, that, and they were aware of the joke.
This was in a Marvel movie.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we're really gonna start nitpicking leering looks and unsaid jokes.
Well, I'm not the Karen, but that's what Karens do.
Wasn't that every cartoon in our entire childhood?
Right, which we found out about when we got older.
Yeah, every song lyric we were singing in the 80s that we realized, oh crap, that's what that meant.
Right.
I mean, hello. And that applies today. There's some stuff like songs back in the, early to mid 2000s that my kids kind of grew up listening to and singing, and then realizing as adults they're like, oh, why was I singing that? Well, because it's on the fucking radio and I can't stop you from listening to the radio, apparently.
Especially when your boy started singing all those Liza Minnelli songs. That was really weird to me.
Oh my God. Oh, that's terrible.
I can make all the jokes I want. He doesn't listen to this.
No, he does not listen to this podcast, thankfully. I'm glad my children do not listen to this. But here's the thing. They plug it.
Yeah.
They tell everybody, oh, my mom's got a podcast. You should listen to it. And they don't tell them what it's about. And it's like, I don't want to meet these friends because that puts me in a weird, awkward situation. Because that's not right.
Kind of like saying the phrase "they plug it" on this, this podcast.
That's true. Look, if I get a bunch of new viewers that come from and I realize I have Discord accounts, I know they're friends with my kids. But that I need somebody that is maybe my kids' age to ask them about this whole sex and movie, what they feel about it. Because you and I are sitting here, at the age we are, thinking this is the most ridiculous thing in the world. And maybe there's something we don't know. Maybe there's something we're not getting.
I don't know.
I think it's stupid. I've said this too many times. It's stupid. So
different age group, different values, different ideas.
Yeah, but why? Why are they not wanting to have sex anymore? Why are they? Is this just really they're living in their mother's basement too long?
I haven't really, researched this, so I don't know if it's about them not wanting to have sex or if it's people that don't want to have sex thrown up in their face.
Well, deal with it.
Right.
We don't live in... A lot of these scenes that are in movies are based on, real emotional reactions that could happen.
Yeah.
You could be in a situation to where, the chemistry is just right and you just, go bang one out.
And it just so happens the killer's after you. It happens.
That'll never happen to me. I'm going to tell you right now, if you and I are in a do or die situation and you want to fuck, you can just jack off and I will leave you there to die. I am saving my own life.
So disappointing to hear that.
I'm sorry. It's not fight, flight, or fuck. It's fight or flight. Okay? My flight is going to kick in. Because I apparently can't fight the motherfucker. He's got a really big knife. I have nothing. Reminded me of the whole emotion, fuck me or fight me. It's the same emotion.
Right. Get inside the personal bubble. That's what it resorts to.
Yes. Well, I think that this podcast today is going to be kind of short, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with 30-minute episodes. I think people are too. Sometimes, droning on for an hour about something sucks. And since we were kind of thrown in the fray here with Preacher just a kind of not feeling it. And me and you trying to come up with something that we can both talk about, which I think this was a good subject. I do. Because I can't get off the fucking internet. Every time I put on Reddit, I see a headline or...
Well, there you go. Don't want to see it. Just like we're telling people, don't want to see it, don't get on Reddit.
Well, no, it's getting to that point for me because I fucked up my algorithm for Reddit.
That's on you.
Yeah, that's on me. It's on me for fucking up my algorithm. Now I see, they don't want sex in movies.
Well, if you just
anymore.
get off Adam and Eve every once in a while, you know.
I know I can't get off Adam and Eve. I can't. Their toys are just too fucking great. I've got a whole wish list cart. And if I ever start drinking again and hit buy now, our checking account is going to take a huge hit.
Well, I know what I'm doing, first thing Monday then. Go into the bank and start switching some things around.
You can't. I got you blocked.
From my own account?
Yes,
Wow,
from your own
that's hard
account.
to do.
No, it's not. I've told them that, you're kind of on the spectrum and you can't sign for shit anymore.
Wow.
I'm joking, of course.
Obviously.
People, please don't send me hate mail because I love my husband and this is our love language.
This is our love language. Okay.
We spend more time talking shit to one another than we do saying sweet things. So it's just how it is.
Yeah. Nobody's got time for that.
No, they don't. Nobody's got time for any of that. But like I said, this will be a short podcast. And I really do. I'm glad we're back. I'm glad I'm back. If I have to be a solo artist, I will. I mean, by myself, masturbation is better anyway. But I would like you to be involved every week.
Well, gee, thanks.
Sometimes it's nice to talk to somebody. I mean, I'm going to start getting cardboard cutouts for everybody that shits out on me with a podcast that they want to do. This is twice now. So, fuck everybody else. I've got Max. It's okay. All right, guys. I am glad if you're listening, and I hope you're still listening. I hope everybody gets notifications that we're back.
Because if you're not, you're still listening, then she's going to put that all on me. So
yeah, I totally am. I really am. So be sure that you hit us up on Facebook. We do have a Facebook page, and we also have a Facebook group. And the Facebook group is where you're pretty much going to get all the information, and that's Dirty Talk with Tammi and Preacher. And I am going to probably have to do some rebranding, so I don't know. Be sure to email me in at dirtytalktp@gmail.com, even though Max told me I wasn't allowed to say it anymore. And I hope you guys are having a fabulous Taboo Tuesday.